It was a couple years ago when I first had the opportunity to visit Reynolds Lake Oconee along with my son. Now, this wonderful destination, nestled in the Georgia Pines, is located about halfway between Atlanta and Augusta. When we were here a couple years ago, we played some wonderful golf courses, but one of them was just beginning a complete facelift, a total renovation under the direction of the original designer, who also happens to be the greatest golfer of all time. Well, now I'm back. It is the fall of 2019, and Jack Nicklaus, the GOAT, has just finished this renovation along with his team, and this golf course is beyond spectacular. Welcome to Reynolds Lake Oconee and the Great Waters Course, a Jack Nicklaus masterpiece.
But it's a wonderful place. I mean, we have got over 4,000 members right now, which means that we're probably servicing about 10,000 people underneath those 4,000 memberships. And we do that through 10 restaurants and 4 marinas and 6.5 golf courses and more shoreline than 4 times the shoreline as Georgia's Atlantic coast. So it's exciting and it's a bunch of fun, and I enjoy every day of it.
So then you add into the mix of everything that's been here the return of Mr. Nicklaus, the greatest golfer of all time. Yeah. What did Jack do with this Great Waters course?
Well, what he did 25 years ago was he gave us a great golf course then. I think it was Bobby Jones said that the first purpose of a golf course is to give pleasure to as many people as possible. So we've had 25 years of pleasure from what he designed 25 years ago. But over time, a golf course, begins to show its age, and particularly we had so much tree growth over 25 years that it got a little claustrophobic, tougher to grow grass in the shadows. So we've taken out a lot of trees. We've rebuilt all the greens with tiff eagle grass. All the fairways are zoysia, and a ball, as you saw today,
just sits right up on a grass tee.
On a tee, and I came out this morning and I was scared to take a divot. I was hoping nobody would look at me and see some of the divots I can carve out. But we have great golf, and you've played a bunch of our courses and know that there's real diversity each day when you wake up, and you're going to grab your tools and where are you going to go, and you're never going to have a bad golf course. But it's a marvelous place, and we're really tickled with what you saw today. Couldn't be happier.
Our audience, of course, largely in the Midwest, Michigan and the surrounding Great Lakes states, Big Ten country, as we like to say. So what's the invitation like for them? Do you have to be a property owner to come tee it up here, or what's it like for our audience?
Well, we will always be more club than we are resort. Obviously we have the Ritz-Carlton that sits in the center. We've got a handful of cottages that are owned by members who have not moved here full time yet. And between the Ritz-Carlton and the cottages that we have in the rental program, we create opportunities for people to come down, test drive the place, check it out, hopefully meet some members when they're here. Those are our best salespeople, our best advocates. And so we've got a bunch of members that have moved here from Michigan. The Midwest is a popular spot for us.
I saw some flags hanging off of certain balconies around the property.
You will. There's the SEC country, but there's a whole lot of Big Ten down here as well. But, we will always defer. I mean, we'll do a whole bunch of golf this year, and 85% of that is member and member-related play. The balance of that is either through the hotel or people that are coming down to test drive the place. And when they do that, we want them to play golf, but we want them to eat in the restaurants. We want them to get out on the water and enjoy the lake, because when you get on the lake, everybody sort of lives out of the back of their house here. And when you get out on the lake, you can really get a sense for what the real estate is like.
Well, it's spectacular. And for anybody who's afraid of winter coming and what snowbirding will be like, can I encourage you to come on down here? And you're halfway between Atlanta and Augusta. I wouldn't recommend you come Masters Week because you probably won't get a room. But most any other time's pretty good. And
but I tell you, it's we have 3.5 seasons. We get a little bit of winter in January, just enough to where people can burn some wood, smell the wood smoke, riding on the wind, and
pretend they can call it winter when we all know better.
Yeah, that's our winter. Is a sweater vest and a turtleneck. That's you're deep in the heart of winter. Then after that, the azaleas and the dogwoods pop out in the spring. Summer's terrific for the lake. The fall, where you are right now, we'll start to see some leaf change here. But it's 3.5 really good seasons.
Thank you for the invitation to come back. We love it down here.
Come back again, will you?
I sure will, anytime you ask.